This is Michael Wilson. Is anything too hard for God? Well, let's look at the boundless power of faith. In the journey of faith, and it is a journey, we often encounter challenges and obstacles that just seem insurmountable. I mean, now something happens and we just say to ourselves, how am I going to get over this or around this? And in those moments, we may find ourselves asking, is anything too hard for God? Well, it's a question that resonates deeply with Christians, reminding us of the boundless power of our Creator. So we're going to look and explore the profound truth that nothing is too difficult for God and how our unwavering faith can actually move mountains. So when we look at the power of faith, faith is the cornerstone of our Christian walk. It's the belief in the unseen, the conviction that God is not limited by human constraints. The author of Hebrews reminds us that faith is the assurance. We have confidence, but it's the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. So it's a powerful force, and it transcends human understanding and taps into the divine. So let's consider just a few examples. For example, Abraham's journey. To illustrate the limitless power of God, we can turn to the story of Abraham. He and his wife Sarah were well past the age of bearing children when God promised them descendants as numerous as the stars. Get that? And to the human eyes, this just seemed impossible, even laughable. Yet Abraham believed God's promise, and his unwavering faith was accounted to him as righteousness. Then there was the Israelites' exodus from Egypt. An inspiring example of God's boundless power is that story. They were enslaved for centuries, over 400 years. Their cries for liberation echoed through the generations. But when the appointed time came, God raised up Moses as their leader and unleashed a series of divine plagues, culminating in the miraculous parting of the Red Sea. And then the virgin birth. Perhaps the most profound example of God's limitless power is the virgin birth of Jesus, the Messiah. Mary, a young and humble woman, was chosen to bear the Savior of the world. This is a miraculous conception, defying the laws of nature, transcending human understanding, yet with God, nothing is hard. So in our Christian journey, we must remember that there is nothing too hard for God. He is the creator of the universe, the God of miracles, the source of our unwavering faith. And when we face challenges that seem insurmountable, let us turn to the stories of Abraham, the Israelites, and the virgin birth of Jesus. They are reminders of God's boundless power. And that's some mighty good news, brothers and sisters.